This week, we're going to talk about how being authentic doesn't give you permission to be an asshole. And for those of you that are new, my name is Michael Brody-Waite, and I'm the founder of the Mask-Free movement. And every week, I teach people how to live and lead mask-free through these videos. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss a video in the future. And of course, if this video makes an impact, or this teaching or the content makes an impact for you, or you really resonate with something, or you have a question, please engage with me on social so that we can see that it's making an impact and you can show other people how living and leading mask-free makes a difference in this world. I get this question a lot. Hey, what if you're actually not a nice person underneath? Does taking off the mask just give you permission to be mean, to be hurtful? And I understand the purpose of the question, and I'd like to answer it through a specific story, through something that I lived in early recovery. So, I go back to early recovery and I'm still in rehab. And one of the things they told me in rehab was, you aren't responsible for other people's feelings. You're not responsible for other people's feelings, which I was like, wow, that's really liberating. I don't have to worry about other people's feelings. I can just do whatever I want. I don't have to worry about you. I can just do whatever I want. Oh, this being authentic thing is easy and awesome. Well, one night, there's this guy in rehab that I hated. I'm not going to say his name, so we'll call him Paul. And I really wanted to attack Paul because he said something that really upset me. And I wanted to tell him all the things that he knew were bad about himself and say some really mean things that were true, but that you just shouldn't say to somebody. But hey, I wasn't responsible for his feelings, so I could say whatever I wanted. And I didn't feel good about myself, so I wanted to pick on somebody else, make myself feel stronger by making them weaker. So I go to Paul, and I just start laying into him, taking all the things that he had shared in meetings and turning them back on him and saying these really mean and spiteful things. And when I was done, I didn't feel better about myself, but I think I felt a little bit safer. But here's what happened. He started to cry, and he went to his room, and someone told the counselor. So the counselor comes over to me, pulls me aside, says, Mike, what the heck were you doing with Paul? And I was like, hey, I'm not responsible for anyone's feelings. You guys taught us that, all right? So Paul's feelings are Paul's problem. I'm just doing me, baby. I'm just being myself. You told me I could do that. Counselor looked at me like a really long pause, like studying me, smirked a little bit, and said, you know what, Mike? You're right. You're not responsible for Paul's feelings. You are, however, responsible for whether you're an asshole or not. That floored me. That's one of the times that I learned the difference between what I can't control and what I can control. Most of us have a genuine desire to be a good person and to be kind to the people around us. And so the truth is, I wasn't practicing rigorous authenticity when I said all those mean things because I wasn't being true to myself. I wasn't being true to my value of kindness. And when the guy said, you get to control whether you're an asshole or not, I realized that I thought I had taken off my masks, but I had just taken off one mask to reveal another. I took off the mask of being nice to reveal the mask of being mean. And the truth was, underneath that mask was a little boy that was scared of what people thought of him, that felt weak and wanted to feel strong, but also wanted to be kind. And that's when I realized you can take the mask off, but you are responsible for what's underneath that mask. And if it doesn't work for you, or it doesn't work for the world, and it isn't in alignment with your value system, then you get to surrender the outcome, focus on what you can't control, focus on what you can, and do the uncomfortable work to change. And I started to do the uncomfortable work to change. And I stopped being so much of an asshole, even though I wasn't responsible for people's feelings. And Paul and I built a good relationship, and by the time I left treatment, we were in a good place. But I've always thought of that story as a great illustration of our responsibility for what happens when we take the mask off. And so if you're walking around in your life and you're thinking about, okay, I want to live and lead mask-free, and there are things that I'm really thinking that I think might be hurtful to other people, but hey, I don't want to hold them back. You have to ask yourself, is taking off the mask and sharing those things actually living in alignment with the true you, or is it covering up something else? And you get to really look deep down and say, you know what, the true me doesn't want to be mean, doesn't want to be an a-hole, and so I need to work on myself and learn how to not be mean in these situations, how to not be irritable in these situations, how to not have a short temper. As leaders, as parents, as friends, as significant others, we all have our moments. And it's not just being authentic when we have those moments. The real authenticity happens when we're willing to look at ourselves underneath the mask. And so I'm going to challenge you to look at the real you underneath the mask and have the courage to do the uncomfortable work to grow in the areas that you think make you a better service to the people around you. Now, if you like this or any of these other videos, please follow me on social media. In social world, it is nothing but masks, and we are bringing you mask-free content every single day and teachings every single week. And also, if you have a question, please ask it through social media, because I want your questions so that I know what stories to tell and what teachings to deliver through these videos. Also, if you want to learn more about the mask-free movement, or you want resources to learn how to live and lead mask-free, please visit my website, michaelbrody-waite.com.